As a result, after getting fired from my job that I like, so you know I probably did it well, right? Just putting that out there. I spoke with my uncle, and he was my soundboard, my ears to hear the shit that I had to say about this individual, just to get it out of my particular system. One of the things was this particular manager at Rent-A-Center tried to use the fictional character of Jesus, the name, and tried to reference that as a historical figure. Okay. And thought he was Hebrew from Jerusalem. I've never heard of a Jesus in Jerusalem. First of all. Just to give you an idea of the mentality of this guy. But yet he's still sitting there like doing the managing thing, but it's not really hard. Nevertheless, I went on to tell my uncle, how we are ultimately forcing our children into systems that we know are taught by these racist people. We know this. We know it's taught by these world elites and all of this shit. We know this. But yet we still send them there out of convenience. What are we sending them there for? But whatever, I digress. Moving forward. If you knew a person was a rapist, right? A known child molester, let's say, because you could document that and all that good stuff, right? So let's say you know this person is a known child molester, right? But at the same time, here's the question. Would you allow them to raise your kids, or would you allow them to continue to keep teaching without saying something? All right. Moving forward. I say that to say this. These people are still teaching that Christopher Columbus, believe he was European, Spaniard or something. Right? As far as he's depicted in pictures and the narration from whoever wrote whatever they wrote about his adventures, Queen Isabella and Spain and all that good stuff, right? Right. Think it's safe to say he's a European or a Spaniard. They also teach us that George Washington was our first American president. Or United States president. But they got to be more specific and clarify which one. Two different corporations. One's not even a corporation. So I digress. But ultimately, I'm saying all of that to say this. Like I was telling my uncle, me and this guy, we had conversations, the manager at Rent-A-Center and shit. He's older and shit, older black gentleman, And so, I'm not necessarily obligated to listen to him. But I revere my elders, right? And so just strictly out of him being older than me, you know, I took his word as somewhat credible. I mean, you're working, you're older, you know, things appear like you're on the right straight and narrow and shit, right? Right. So, we've had a couple of discussions. And me and the manager. And so while I was venting to my uncle, I brought up a fact that I thought was worth sharing. I feel like I got something in my teeth. I'm sorry, y'all. So anyways, I felt like I had something, it was worth sharing. So I told him. I said, he said, what's that? I said, listen, man. If we do the same thing that we've been doing, is that breaking the cycle? Sounds like a trick question, but it's not. He got it. He said, no. I said, what have we been doing for the last 400 years? Allegedly. And is this what we're supposed to continue to keep doing because it's working so well? Or, like, what are we doing here? Alright? And so there's that. So we're just going to keep doing the same things. Why? Because nobody showed us? So I had asked my manager this. If we keep doing the same shit that we've been doing, and the explicit example that I had used is kicking our children out at 18 because they're grown-ups. Right? And basically allowing our daughter children to go out whenever she's, you know, with a guy that's able to take care of her. Huh? So if he could pay for her in his way, then he's good. Okay. Regardless of if he's a piece of shit. Alright, got it. Okay. So there's that. Not only that, we're forcing our education to come from one source. There's no other source almost. Like we can homeschool them, but that's inconvenient, right? Like how come somebody doesn't have a study group and do exactly what these people are doing now? It couldn't be that hard. But I digress. Point's this. How can you honestly sit there with a straight face as an adult, as a mature adult, and say that anybody in the past did anything wrong to you? And I mean that. While you still send your future, your future gene carriers, where are you sending them to go learn from? Those same people that taught you? And was that shit actual, factual? Was it legitimate? Did that shit check out? Story continues, huh? But you know, maybe one day we'll get it. Hopefully. But I thought that was worth sharing with y'all, man. Because I got fired behind some racist shit. But he tried to smooth it over about me disrespecting a female. Saying fuck her. Not literally like, but fuck her. Who is this lady? I can't tell her fuck her.